Welcome to Wynn Stadium for the penultimate match in the round 32 of the FFA Cup between the local side, the South Coast Wolves, against the Central Coast Mariners. You're listening live on ccmariners.com.au, and it's a warm welcome to you, and it's a warm welcome to the man who will be with me for the journey. It's none other than Mariners player Brent Griffith. Good evening.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be here. It's great to be on the air and getting all the listeners watching live. Hopefully have a good game tonight. It's great conditions, so let's hope we enjoy it.
We can see a lot of the young kids out there on the field at the moment playing a small, it's not quite small-sided, but it's definitely not the full length of the pitch. But those young kids out there tonight from the local leagues, they'd be absolutely pinching themselves playing in front of a fairly sizey crowd and some of the best players in the nation in the Central Coast Mariners players. Yeah,
definitely. I think every single kid growing up plays these sorts of games at half times or in grand finals, playing before or at half time the games. So yeah, it's a great experience for the kids and something that they can aspire to when they're younger, to be playing these games in the FFA Cup or the A-League or Asian Champions League.
I guess the beauty of the FFA Cup is it's romantic. It is this fact there could be giant killers out there. We've already seen Adelaide City taking down Western Sydney Wanderers, which was a bit of an upset. But again, that then creates this buzz, this vibe, this atmosphere. Now, you spent a bit of time in England. You were born over there, and you also played in the Blackburn Rovers Youth Academy over there, or the youth sides. Tell us, living over there, how much did the FA Cup mean to the supporters of the teams?
Yeah, look, like for me and just Premier League fans or English League fans in general, it was one of the biggest occasions of the year. It's great for lower league clubs to beat the giant killers. Be the giant killers. Sorry, shall we say? I'm sure that's the key word of the night. But yeah, it's great. It's good for the Gates, good for the lower league clubs, and also the higher ranked clubs as well, because it's good for pre-season, it's good for match fitness, it's gets them switched on before the season starts, and for the fans as well, and neutrals obviously. So it's just a general all around a good experience, and it's something that in Australia is gonna definitely blossom and can be something massive for the future. And
what about yourself? Just quite quickly, you're playing again, Central Coast Mariners, not playing tonight. How's things going?
Yeah, I mean, personally for myself, unfortunately, I picked up a slight injury about a week ago. I partially tore the ligaments in my ankle, so not the best start to a
never again when you hear the words torn and ligaments and especially ankles.
Yeah, no, it's not the best. But unfortunately, that's what our job is. We pick up niggles and we pick up injuries, and we have to deal with it. Whatever it is happens to us, we just move on and focus on our rehab. And luckily for me, it wasn't too bad. Again, touch wood that the recovery process is going quite well. So I should be back training this week and ready to play in a pre-season game next week against one of the state league teams that we've got. So yeah, I think pre-season's going really well for the boys, and for me, I'll be back on the pitch soon.
Obviously, Phil Moss, second year in charge, he'll be looking to stamp his authority on the Central Coast Mariners. It is a side that he was a big part of under Graham Arnold, but now I guess it's the Moss era, which is great to see. What sort of things have you seen over the off-season? Few changes, as far as what he brought into the Central Coast Mariners as the full-time manager?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Mossy's come in, and it's his brand now. It's his club, and he's going to stamp his authority on what it is that he wants and how he wants to play and the players that he wants to bring in. We've already seen that by the signings he's made in Malik Mane, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Vanessa that he's brought in as well from Hungary. So they're some great players, and also the boys that he's retained. He obviously knows what he wants and how he wants to play it. So it's a great opportunity for him. Obviously, he took over from Arnie last season in a team that perhaps wasn't so much his team, but it is now, and it's a good opportunity for him to show the Australian and the footballing world how he sees his vision of football.
Well, we had a chance to catch up with Phil Moss before the start of play, and here's what he had to say about the game tonight against the South Coast Wolves.
Okay, first of all, Phil Moss, welcome to Wynn Stadium. How's the mood in the camp before this first match in the FFA Cup?
Fantastic. Look, I think we've done a lot of work on the training pitch, and it's been very intense. Some very hard sessions physically, and we've worked a lot technically with the ball as well from day one. So I think the boys are just chomping at the bit to get out there and put it into practice in a meaningful game.
Not right now, but on the live stream, we're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. What can you tell us about your starting side for tonight?
Yeah, look, we'll go with boys who I'm confident can get the job done as long as we're on our game, and we'll show South Coast the respect that they deserve. They're at the end of their season, which wrapped up on the weekend, so they've got nothing else to play for. This is their grand final tonight, so we have to make sure that we're strong defensively, our structures are in place, and we use the ball well and take our chances and make sure we're desperate at the other end. To protect our goal and move the ball well going forward through the lines and make sure we get numbers in the box.
On the Wolves, what research have yourself and your coaching staff done on them?
Yeah, a lot. We treat every opponent with due respect, and I had John Crawley down here scouting them a few weeks ago against Marconi, and we've got footage of them against Marconi, Blacktown, so we've seen a few games. And we've picked them apart. And look, they're busy in the front half of the field. There's a lot of mobility, a lot of movement, and they play with a free spirit, which is dangerous. So we have to make sure, as I said, our defensive structures are strong. We're compact, give no space away between the lines, and when we get the chance to press the ball, we're aggressive, but in a controlled way. So that's what we've been working on at training, and then moving the ball well and making sure that we play to our strengths. And every game is about nullifying the opponent's strengths and exploiting their weaknesses, and that's what we plan to do tonight.
Finally, Phil, just on the FFA Cup, what can you say about this competition and what it's brought to Australian football in such a short space of time?
Yeah, look, I'm very excited about it. Having coached in the State League for 9 years, I know how important it is that the grassroots of the game is connected to the professional level, and I think that's exactly what the FFA Cup does. And, you've already seen a giant killing with Adelaide City getting over the top of Western Sydney Wanderers, and we've got to make sure that we're on our game tonight to make sure we're not another statistic. But, I'm hoping this place will have a great atmosphere tonight. It's a beautiful stadium, and no doubt the people of Wollongong are going to put their hands up tonight for inclusion in any expansion of the A-League down the track. So we're very proud to play our part. We're honoured to be part of the first FFA Cup, and I know the players are in there taking this very seriously, and they're coming out tonight as if it's a competition game.
Phil Moss, good luck against the Wolves.
Thank you, Benny.
Phil Moss, coach of the Central Coast Mariners down here at Wynn Stadium, taking on the home side, South Coast Wolves. Now, a lot of respect being paid to the opposition and to the competition as well there, Brent.
Definitely, you just heard it there first from Mossy. So we've got to take this competition seriously. Everyone's taking this competition seriously, and it's something that we want to achieve greatness, I guess, going into the future with it. So we've been the last 3 weeks studying this, the team we're playing. John Crawley's come down and watched, and obviously heard it there from Mossy. So there's some players that we've found that we're going to stand out, so we'll be keeping an eye on them.
Well, we're just about to see the ball kicked in action down here at Wynn Stadium. We'll be back in just a few moments.
The latest TCL Ultra High Definition TVs boast a resolution 4 times that of Full HD, plus built-in smart features for web browsing and downloading apps and games. Get in store or online for the new TCL range at the hottest prices now at Harvey Norman.
For a home loan that leaves more in your pocket, switch to Newcastle Permanent now, and we'll give you $1,000 cash back. Plus, with our award-winning home loans, you could save thousands more over the life of your loan when you compare us to a Big Four bank. So to get that more in your pocket feeling over the life of your home loan and $1,000 cash back, switch to customer-owned banking today at Newcastle Permanent.
So both teams coming out onto the park. There's the 3 balls out in the centre there. Might just have a look at the starting lineup for the Central Coast Mariners. And as we see the Mariners coming out. So if you want to talk us through that, Brent, the side that's been put out on the park.
Yeah, starting in goals is Liam Rocker Reddy. We've got Josh Rose at I think he's actually playing left back. We've got Zach Anderson playing on right centre half. We've got Eddie Bosner playing left centre half, and we've got Storm Roo playing right back. We've got Nick Montgomery playing holding midfield alongside Anthony Caceres, with Glenn Trefiro playing at number 10. We've got Asaka Cernak playing right wing, and Nick Fitzgerald playing left, with Juki heading the line at the top.
And as we look at the South Coast Wolves out in the front on the right, wearing their red strip, full from toes all the way through to the top. They'll be lining up like this. Collison in goals. At right back will be Keating. On left back will be Madden. The two centre halves tonight will be Robinson and Baldacchino. Bailey will be the captain, holding in the midfield, with Mackenzie, Matthews and Chris Price out wide on the left. Simonovsky up front. He'll play on the right-hand side, and Lavelle will finalise it out there at left striker. And a very typical A-League-like start here as all the ball kids came out. Did you ever get a chance to do that, Brent, when you were a young fella?
Yeah, definitely. Like I've said before, I've done everything from playing before games to being ball boy at Premier League games. I did that for a whole season in the youth team for match days. So yeah, it's a great experience for kids. And to be honest, anything to do with football, whether it's kicking the ball or watching a game, is something that you want to do when you're young. So it's a great opportunity for them.
And I'm sure there were a few competitive games in your backyard with your brother Austin as well.
To be honest, yeah, there was. I think it always ended in one of us crying to our mum. A lot of cuts and bruises.
Who was the most?
I'm the younger brother, so yeah, I'm going to have to admit it was probably me more so than him. But yeah, if I get my temper up, I think he was the one a couple of times.
And a man who has spent a lot of time playing in England as well, Nick Montgomery, I believe it is there, wearing the captain's armband tonight. He'll be looking forward to putting himself out there. He's one of those legends of football, really, isn't he? The amount of work that he does on the field is just tremendous, and I guess signifies the spirit of the Central Coast Mariners.
Certainly. Monty's a forgotten player often in midfield, but he's the real workhorse of the team. And obviously stepping in for Hutch as captain tonight. So I think he's got 10 years of experience as captain at the Blades at Sheffield. So certainly ready to take the armband tonight.
And you can hear the cheers out there for the local side. For those that are familiar with the old NSL, the Wollongong Wolves, who were renamed South Coast Wolves after a bit of a dive. They went back-to-back at the start of the 2000s. And they're very proud footballing community down here in the Illawarra. They've had a number of players go on to bigger and better things. Probably most notably of recent times was Scott Chipperfield, Luke Wilkshire as well. Both sides on the park. Mariners wearing their traditional strip, with blue socks, shorts, and the yellow shirt with blue trimmings. And I think this one tonight's going to be an absolute belter, and we're underway. And in the centre of the park is Bailey. Just a nice drop across to Mackenzie. Big, tall midfielder. Interesting to see how they go. Centre pairing. Bailey coming up. Falling back the Mariners. Nice through ball. Out there is Price. He's got a nice left boot. Curls it in. Oh, the first opportunity almost for the Wolves, and the Mariners under pressure deep in defence.
Yeah, it's good defending there. I think great set play there by the Wolves. Just sort of countered it with the ball over the top and done very well to get a good ball in.
Well, they're all fired up, the Wolves, and of course we would expect this. Nice little touch on there by Rose. Left foot, Fitzgerald, diminutive player. Montgomery brought down in the centre of the park on halfway. He won't mind that. He'll be looking forward to plenty more of that. He's a great scrapping player, is Montgomery. Rose. Nice little deflection off into the crowd. And the Mariners lining up as we would expect. And also the South Coast Wolves as well. Rose over the ball looking for a lead. Duke, big climbing, nice head, still bouncing around. Simonoski. McKenzie gave it up. Here's Cernak. Anderson. Just at the back now, the Mariners. Nice little searching lead through by Duke. Fitzgerald crossing over as well. It's deep at the back. It's Keating, and what does he do? He just does what he has to do at right back and lobs that one over the sideline. You throw in here at Wynn Stadium, heading towards the north end of the ground. Here's Montgomery. Down the line. Nice little turn. Beautiful pass, Montgomery in the centre. Just happy to go back. Defensively, how are you liking the press of the Wolves?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they come out ready to go straight from the mark. They sort of be sitting back a little bit so far right now. But, yeah, obviously the opening 5 minutes are a bit hectic and been a bit end-to-end so far. But when the game settles after the first 5, we'll start to see a bit of formation and football play.
Bosnar gets the ball again. Deep in defence. Does Bosnar brag about his shooting capabilities with that right boot?
Yeah, no comment.
And expert comments tonight, Brent Griffiths. Mariners player picked up a nice injury just before the FFA Cup. Could be better timing, could it?
Yeah, well, as always, injuries when you least expect them, but that's the way the world works, I think.
3 minutes gone here at Wynn. It was the Wolves who made the most of an opportunity. It was Chris Price down the left-hand side. His cross couldn't find the head of a player. It's been the only attack on goal already. And here we go. The man launching forward is Matthews. He switches it to the centre, but Cernak does well. Man on the deck. Cernak, probably a little bit harsh there. That's the way it goes sometimes. So the Wolves continuing to attack.
Good tackle from Saka there, I think. Just sort of broke up play and let Mariners get into a bit of a shape, which isn't a bad tackle or just near halfway.
Well, we've got a man on the deck there. Anderson goes down. First yellow card of the match. Ben Williams. And doesn't he love the cheese? He's just put that one up there. A little bit of push and shove going here. Eddie Bosnar's amongst it as well. Well, everyone's a winner down here at Wynn Stadium. And Liam Reddy just says, come on, let's get on with it. If you'd like to join in on the conversation tonight, it's very simple. Hashtag SCWVCCM. And you can participate. You see it in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And we'll be continuing to provide those tweets throughout the match. Bosnar. Left boot, climbing high, trying to find Duke, who wins it. Fitzgerald taken from behind. It was McKenzie. Just goes out to Madden. His left foot straight into the path of Montgomery. And here they go forward. The man with the orange boots, it's Price. Is he brought down from behind? No, I think he might have been going for a shot there. And it was very optimistic at best. Anyway, here we go. Back with the play. Mariners searching forward. Duke. Nice little dinking pass out to Fitzgerald, who'll cut back in from the right and has a shot. It's still alive. Punched out by the keeper. Duke's there. But the flag had gone up. That's what I believe must have happened, Brett.
Yeah, I think he might have given a foul on the goalkeeper there.
Okay.
A good bit of play by the Mariners.
Yeah, enterprising stuff. It's almost like the Mariners have decided just to switch it up a gear. So we've got a few tweets coming in. We'll just bring Benny O'Neill in. Benny, what's been happening on the hashtag?
G'day, Silas. Yeah, there's a few guys coming in with the hashtag SCW versus CCM, VCCM. Dave Abrahams is watching the game at Central Coast Leagues Club in Gosford. We thank Central Coast Leagues Club for their support in putting the stream on. We also have Thurb62, who is saying that the stream quality is good so far, so that's a great thumbs up for the stream. And also to the Zach Pack, fans of Zach Anderson. We know them well, and some of their members are watching the game from the US and the UK, so a big cheerio to the Zach Pack.
And of course, we'd like to throw a huge shout out there to the founder of Zach Pack, Zach Anderson himself, playing at the centre of defence tonight. Brosnar's on the deck there. I think he either slipped over or copped a shoulder charge. And tell you what, a lot of these Wolves players are fired up tonight.
Definitely.
Looking for a big scalp.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a great little couple of combats out there in midfield and in the defence for the Mariners, so it's definitely they're up for it.
So back there is ball to Chino. Giving up possession now, though. Cernak, can he get over the top? Uses his shoulder. There's plenty of those going around. Another free kick paid. And you can hear the crowd in the background, which is a very healthy crowd indeed here in the Western Grandstand, completely full. And they've had to open up the northern bays down there at the end of the field, which the South Coast Wolves are defending in the first half. You see there just a replay. Fitzgerald up, and that's the foul that's been played. Trefiro. Collison. Off the deck. Won by Fitzgerald. Handball. Just one of those things, the ball pops up. You want it to come straight onto your chest, and the hand pops out.
A little bit too eager from Anthony Caceres there. I just think he wants to get on the ball and play early on in the game, but he'll be on it soon, I'm sure.
There's nothing worse than being out there for 5 or 6 minutes and it's almost coming up to 10 and you haven't touched the ball, especially if you're playing in the midfield. You want to start to dominate and or feel like a few touches and get into the game.
Definitely. A ball player like Cassie, just as you can see him now, just dropping into good positions and just wanting to get on the ball, really. Moving it along. There you go, Monty trying to get on the ball and just keep possession and perhaps slow it down and play at our level rather than theirs.
And this is a beautiful pass from Bosnar. Almost right on the money there. Trefiro out. He did a nice little in and away lead and left his man for dead there, which is brilliant. Anyway, still 0-0 here. And 9 minutes gone. Don't forget the hashtag SCWVCCM, and we'll continue to reel the best tweets that keep coming in. Fitzgerald tries along the deck. Trefiro, and it was the man with 6 on his back. Big Mackenzie once again.
Yeah, good defending by South Coast Wolves there. The big man, number 6, seems to be doing very well to sort of have in that holding role. Seems to be breaking up play and getting on the ball and being able to push it out wide, which is promising for them.
He's a big lad, isn't he? Very tall.
He is. He's a very imposing figure. It'd be good for Monty. A good battle there.
Duke. Rose overlapping on the left. We know he's brilliant from here. He'll go the byline. No, he goes the cross. Slight deflection, then an intercepting first-time ball. Doesn't make it over the sideline. Montgomery. And the lead from Fitzgerald wasn't there. Montgomery thought it was. A little bit of a healthy discussion going on between a couple of players. Montgomery and Fitzgerald. Who'd win that battle around the arm wrestle table?
I don't think it's a battle there, mate.
Easy. That's why they call it hands down.
Yeah.
Win. So here at Wynn Stadium, perfect conditions for football. It's a slight breeze coming out of the west and a healthy crowd. The pitch as well for a New South Wales State League, as we would expect, it's in pretty good condition as well. And here at Wynn Stadium, especially considering they do play rugby league on it as well. They've done well to have it up to the standard we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, I have to just quickly comment on the pitch. It's fantastic, to be honest. It's every player goes out there and wants to play on a pitch like this.
Price, curling ball, ready. 2 hands up, takes it easy. Just notice there, Chris Price, just to drift it over to the right-hand side. It's obviously someone that Mossy talked about at the start of play that he was looking at with keen eyes. That he felt that he was a major threat. Here's an opportunity for the Wolves. Out on the right side, Simonovsky. He's got Bosnar, many to beat. Nice little flick on. Cernak's there for the Mariners. Gets enough of a touch on. And Anderson drifting up. Trefiro. Storm Brew getting into the game. And just sweeping from left to right. It's with Anderson at the back. Wolves falling away, telling the Mariners to come at them. Bosnar looks up. And he gets a short lead from Montgomery, so he doesn't pay it. A lot of work being done off the ball by Katsiris. And just holding back here, the Mariners. Bit of a stalemate. Bosnar in the air. Duke, first time. Fitzgerald's there. Nice little left foot touch. Here's Trefiro inside. Has a shot! Glenn Trefiro opens up the scoring. And after 13 minutes, it's the Central Coast Mariners 1, leading the South Coast Wolves 0.
Great goal there by Glenn Trefiro. I think Rosie's done very well to make a nice little through ball to him, and it's all on his run, to be honest. But I think that's what Mariners need to do. Just maybe set a little bit on the ball and let it open up, and maybe players come out to him, and it was just a fairly simple pass, really, for Rosie, and a great finish by Trefiro there.
So is he the kind of player that will be definitely letting everyone know about it at training this week, about opening or scoring the first FFA Cup goal for the Central Coast Mariners?
Definitely. I haven't stopped hearing about him scoring last week in our first pre-season goal, so let alone the FFA Cup game.
Yeah, well, there's a big one for the trivia. Back, who was the first Mariner who scored in an FFA Cup match? Quick play on there from Montgomery. Oh, Fitzgerald comes forward, taken down. Free kick. Referee Ben Williams. And it was number 2, Keating, who brought down Fitzgerald. And I have to admit, the Wollongong Wolves are losing their heads. They're a little bit too fired up at the moment. And this is not what we want to see in the FFA Cup. So, a few words. I noticed it seems like a lot of touching going on out there with the referee, which we know is not the done thing. Anyway, free kick now to the Central Coast Mariners. Just saw the replay there of the goal by Glenn Trefiro. It's 1-0 to the Mariners. And so a free kick standing over the ball is Katsiris. I don't think he'll be taking it. I've got a sneaking suspicion. Trefiro and Eddie Bosnar. And watch for the driving boot of Bosnar. Now this is disappointing me already. No vanishing phone. Where is it? Whoa. Ben Williams, surely. Righto. He's instructing everyone how to stand in a wall. Here we go. Over the ball. Bosnar with his 40-metre run up. Left foot strike drives it. Great little defence at the back. Still alive. Trefiro, goal scorer, to Isaka Cernak. He's happy to be on the left-hand side with short passes. Katsiris gives it up. Nice little play by Lavelle. Another Mariner brought down. Trefiro this time. Quickly played on. Here's Rose on the left. Nice little cross, dinking pass, head on by Cernak. Rose comes in. Oh, he might have gone for a shot there, I think, Josh Rose. Ambitious, to say the least. He does get a goal every now and then, but I'm sure his strikers will be a little bit disappointed with him.
Yeah, he's done so well to get in a great position there, and I think he probably tried to just hit it too hard, or I'm not sure whether it was a cross or a shot, to be honest, but yeah, great position and good little play.
Well, I guess at the end of the day, why not back yourself? This is a great opportunity as well. You're up 1-0. So, you may as well back yourself, and you want that in your left back throughout the season as well. And look, Josh Rose, to me, he's the best left back in the business.
Yeah, you'd have to say that, obviously, getting picked for the All-Stars. I think he had a great game against Juve, and he makes those runs tirelessly up and down every day when he does play, so why not have a shot?
And the Wolves have won a corner. It was Chris Price, and the ball came ricocheting off midfielder Anthony Caceres. So it's a first corner of the match. It will be taken by the South Coast Wolves that we see on the replay there. It may well have been a cross that went wrong. Anyway, curling it into the far post. Price is there, back down, a little right shoulder on. It's cleared. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. Wow. That has hit the crossbar from nowhere. I thought it was cleared out, and it was the big man at the back. It was Baldacchino, who almost got an absolute beauty here at Wynn Stadium for the South Coast Wolves.
Yeah, I think why not? I think he's had a shot, and I think it might have been Glenn Shafira who was sort of blocked it. We'll might hopefully see in the replay here.
You see there, head goes down. Everyone wants a piece of the head. Right shoulder. It's ricochet. Oh, the clearance by Shafira has hit the back of him. Yes.
Could have had 2 goals.
Baldacchino. Yeah, that's right. Straight over the head of Storm Rue. A little bit of the ball caught up in the breeze. A little bit of a tricky place to play down here consistently because you've got the ocean just 100 metres off the eastern hill over there. Throw in, far side of the ground. South Coast Wolves in possession, right, straight into the hands of Liam Reddy. Just drops it on the ground for Bosnar. Playing the leads in the midfield. And you'd have to think Phil Moss will be happy so far with how things have panned out, Brent.
I think he must be happy with the results so far with the 1-0 lead, but I think
Fitzgerald's brought down, yellow card.
They're definitely giving us a bit of a battle out there. Whether we can match them out there or whether we're being a bit cautious, I'm not too sure. Maybe that was a game plan from the South Coast Wolves coach to sort of get in our faces and ruffle our feathers a little bit. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think in the game is starting to settle, and I think the Mariners are starting to put their stamp on the game a little bit more.
So at the far stick, Bosnar Anderson. Duke will be up there as well. This is going to be a challenge for the South Coast Wolves. Plenty of pushing and shoving. And over the ball, Fitzgerald and Trefiro. Left-hand side, 19 minutes gone, with the Mariners up 1-0. Can they push their claims early here and put the game to bed at Wynn Stadium? Here's an opportunity for Fitzgerald. He leaves it. Trefiro drives it low. Cernak tries to get the chip. Set play gone wrong. And now it's the Wolves on their counter. But brilliant defence. They're still going. It's Bailey, the captain. He looks out to the left-hand side. It's Lavelle. And brilliant defence there. Of course, it's Nick Montgomery making the hard yards back. And I felt that Central Coast really did well in defence there, Brent.
Yeah, it was good to just get back behind the ball and sort of break it up. Like I said before, Monty's a tireless worker and always breaking up play, and that's a thankless job that he has. But very good from, unfortunately, not the best set piece that we've taken, and did well to beat the counter.
And let's not get it lost. This is the FFA Cup. It is being launched here, and what a wonderful initiative it is here. And the crowd has responded. Wollongong has responded to the emergence again after 10 years in the wilderness. Oh, Liam Reddy having a bit of fun at the back. Very dangerous. Anderson sort of saving face there for the Mariners. But yeah, the FFA Cup, and 10 years since they've seen the top flight of football down here, who were once the mainstays in the National League. And a free kick has been paid to South Coast, right in the centre circle.
Yeah, it's been a interesting 21 minutes so far. I think South Coast Wolves are going to work their way into the game a little bit more. I think they might be trying to play off set pieces, but hopefully they can
Keating trying to find his striker there in Lavelle, who's doing a lot of work up front, but the flag had already gone up. So still 1-0, 22 minutes gone at Wynn Stadium. This is the penultimate match of the round 32, round of 32 in the FFA Cup. Josh Rose, first time pass down the line, couldn't find Fitzgerald. And with his back to the ball, turning around, winning a free kick. Here's Peter Simonowski. We might have some tweets with Ben O'Neill.
Yes, Ollis, there's plenty of tweets coming in. Obviously, fans really getting behind the FFA Cup. Hello to Grant Crosdale. He says this stream coverage is awesome. It even has replays. So we're very glad that you can see the replays, Grant. And also to Phil Baker. He's watching the Westfield FFA Cup live on his computer, plus streaming, or watching the Wanderers rather, on Fox Sports against the great Chinese team Guangzhou Evergrande.
I'm sure they'll get a couple of people watching that one, but it's the beauty of live streaming these days, is that and the way everything is, you've got a multiple devices in front of you. But yes, you can get to watch these games when the major networks aren't covering it. Anderson, Storm Roo, Kiwi International, Big Eddie Bosnar with a booming left boot. Does a short one. Not convincing though to Anderson, putting him under pressure. Lavelle again. Oh, nice little flick on by Rose. And just chipped clear of play. Here's Rose. Fitzgerald goes for the flick on, taken heavily from behind. Play on. And bringing it back in is Josh Rose. Cirrus. A little bit of magic there gone wrong. Simonowski just throws it back there to his friend at right back, Jack Keating. Keating looking to the midfielders, then goes to the strikers. Bosnar. Decisive header. Trefiro. Tries to find Duke, and Duke's full of energy. Deep in defence, so it's still 1-0 here at Wynn Stadium between the South Coast Wolves and the Central Coast Mariners. The Battle of the Coast. Montgomery to Roo. So there's been a few times in defence there, Brent. A few balls not quite as direct, not quite as purposeful as you'd like.
Yeah, from the Mariners, I think Mossy would have told them possibly to test him, just like Zach's done right there with a great ball, to be honest, over the top, just to see what the defence does, how they react to things, how they handle a long ball over the top. But yeah, like I said, I think the game's sort of starting to settle. Mariners keeping the ball, moving it around the back, getting the midfielders on it, and it's starting to slow down. South Coast are doing quite well as well to get in the ball and try and move it around as well. But it'd be interesting to see how they go, whether they start pressing us or how they want to go to come back into it.
You can see the Central Coast Mariners crowd, the Marinators there in numbers. They've travelled down. Great to see. Here's Duke. Short ball to Trefiro, right-hand side. Here's Storm Roo. Comes into the box, gets the cross in. Cernak, nice little backheel shot. It's well saved, and it's back for another shot again. And Fitzgerald knows he should have nailed it from there. But what wonderful play by the Central Coast Mariners.
That was brilliant, to be honest. It was a great ball from Tricky Trefiro out wide to Storm, making an overlap and run. It's sort of textbook, to be honest, for the Mariners. We've seen it in the past 3-4 years from all the boys, and boys making those marauding ones down the wing, and then it was a great dummy by Sarks to Asaka to make the step over for Fitzy coming in late. Unfortunately, didn't sort of finish it as well as he should have done, but great play by the Mariners.
And here you can see it on the replay. Sanak, brilliant. Comes back, Fitzgerald, and just didn't get there in time. And Robinson doing well in defence for the Wolves as well. Back with the play. Right-hand side, Anderson. Nice and easy. Looking up, here's Caceres. Short. Once again receives the ball back. Anderson. Montgomery. Josh Rose is wide out on the left-hand side. Not playing. Caceres turning. Almost giving the ball away. Brilliant there by Matthews. Trafiro now for the Mariners. Montgomery holding, pulling the strings. This is the depth of the Central Coast Mariners with captain and club stalwart John Hutchison on the bench, and bodes well for the season to have such quality to choose from. Stay with the play here. Duke chipping it in. Rose alive to Fitzgerald. Back to Rose inside the area. Does he stay on his feet? He does. To the byline. Duke off the left foot. Trafiro's there. Thought he might have gone the bicycle. Turn around to Storm Rue. And they're really dominating possession here, the Central Coast Mariners. On the edge of their final third. Storm Rue. Going back now to Montgomery. Just prepared to wait for the space to open up. The first touch is a little bit faster than their opposition, the South Coast Wolves. Trafiro, Asaka Cernak. Done well there was Mackenzie, the big fella. And we would hardly call Montgomery the big fella, and they're giving the ball away here, the Mariners. South Coast. Mackenzie, free kick. Mackenzie takes it easy. Straight away, right-hand side with Keating. Here's Simonoski. He's got pace to burn. Rose comes in. Appealed for the throw, but it was waved away by the assistant referee on the near touchline. Here's Cernak. He's got some space around him. Goes back to Reddy. Left boot, high, searching. Cernak to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald continues his run. Robinson will see a yellow card, I think, here. Asaka Cernak is on the deck. He's on the deck now, and I think it might be Robinson or Price who might have been involved there. And referee Ben Williams has allowed the physiotherapist to come onto the field. 1-0 here at Wynn Stadium, 15 minutes to play.
Looked like a bit of a head clash there. I think Sarks got, but obviously with the rules these days, you have to take them very seriously. So we hope he's okay. But it's been a good opening 29, 30 minutes of the game so far. I think Central Coast have sort of dominated the game so far. We can see a lot of space open wide. If they can make the switches of play, we can see him attacking a little bit more there.
And on Twitter, what have we got there, Ben O'Neill?
Thanks, Silas. Yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to Callan Paskey, who's watching the game from Tasmania. Callan actually works with the South Hobart Club, and they were one of the teams in the FFA Cup who got a live stream up a couple of weeks ago. So well done, Callan, and thank you for your support of football in Australia. Also to Cameron Stone, one of my colleagues at the Mariners. He's hit us up on Twitter and asked for a shout out. So g'day to Cameron. Have to do that in case he might steal my lunch tomorrow. And also to Mike Charlesworth, the Mariners owner. I know that he's not on Twitter, but he's watching in England. So big cheerio, Mike. I hope you're well, and we'll see you soon.
Start a hashtag, get Mike on Twitter. Why not? No, okay.
It'd be good to hear from.
I try. Okay, so it's a corner to the Central Coast Mariners. The tall timber enters the penalty arena. Can they get a second? Curling around, right foot shot. Zach Anderson cleared off the line. Still with Duke at the byline. He wins the corner. And that's great play by the Central Coast Mariners, almost the second goal.
Fantastic corner by Tricky there. Unfortunately, Zach couldn't finish it that well, but he's done it textbook. He's done everything he needed to do. He's put it into the corner, and it was a great save with the line.
Short corner. Fitzgerald. Well tackled. Simonovsky running forward, and he hits the deck and wins the free kick. And referee Ben Williams deems that to be cynical and provides the yellow card. I think it's Glenn Trefiro over there. So a card and a goal for Glenn Trefiro, and we'll just get a replay of what happened there just minutes ago as the corner came curling in. Brilliantly placed was Rose. It was a left hand, or no, it was cleared off the line, Brent.
Yeah, it was actually textbook from Zach looking at it there. He's locked his ankle and he's put it in a great position, great spot, and that's why you have players on the post, just to clear the ball in case a great piece of play like that.
So when you say locked his ankle, for kids that might be listening back home, and they're thinking, well, what's that all about? What exactly is that as far as a football term? I
think that's the first thing that we teach kids when we take these holiday clinics, and any junior should be looking at, is to lock your ankle, whatever it is, whether it's a pass or a strike or anything that you're doing when you're learning. It's just to make sure that it's strong and it's a good connection with the ball.
And free kick paid there at the back. Liam Reddy will come up and take it. And if you have just joined us, I'm Silas Moss, and Brent Griffiths will be providing the expert analysis of the game. If you have missed out what's gone on so far, I can tell you at halftime we have highlights package cut up for you, and it could well have more goals. And there was Glenn Trefiro, who was the first goal scorer. Out on the left now with Rose. Duke, right foot shot, parried away. Can Montgomery line up? He does. And it goes wide. Expected or unexpected there, Brent?
I'm going to go with unexpected. No, it was a good effort, but maybe get back to defending.
Yep. He is a holding midfielder after all. As keeper Collison just waving his players up the field, right foot. It's a towering one. And talk about towering, it was Zach Anderson at the back. And Zach Anderson, hasn't he done well stepping out of the shadows of Trent Sainsbury and Patrick Zvanswijk as well? And he's really making his own at the back end of last season. We'll continue on. Back with the play. We'll touch on there, Trefiro, Fitzgerald. Collison does well. And they're rolling it away, looking for the canter now. It's Bailey, the captain. For the counter, rather. McKenzie. He'll go right side to Keating, who's got Simonovsky down the right. Looks forward. No, he comes inside. And happy to keep things at the back. With the captain, Bailey, involved. Man's on the deck. Free kick paid. And this is in good position for the South Coast Wolves. So they're on a 45-degree angle. About 25 metres out from goal. We're yet to see a free kick within range. And a man over the ball looking to possibly curl one around. Just a two-man wall for Liam Reddy. So there's plenty of players around who might be looking for a deflection off Reddy or go to the far post. Here we go. They need a goal here, the Wolves. Ben Williams directing the play. The referee, he blows his whistle. Right foot shot, cannons. Well and truly into the stands. And I'm sure that wasn't in the brochure for the man who was taking the kick.
Yeah, I think it was the wrong decision by Bailey there, the captain. I think he's gone for the shot rather than the cross. Possibly should have got Big McKenzie and Baldacchino. Try to give them a chance in the air, but maybe they can improve on the next one.
So the ball at the back for the Central Coast Mariners. 36 minutes gone in Wynn Stadium. And thanks very much for joining us. You can see down in the bottom right hand in your screen is the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag SCWVCCM. That's how you can get in contact with us throughout the coverage today. Please be involved. Join the conversation here on ccmariners.com.au. Duke with purpose. Caceres pays to Duke. His right foot, left foot shot rather hits the post. Oh, Duke thought he had a goal. I think the majority of the Mariners fans here thought as well. But it hit the post and it bounced out. Well, you'd be livid with the post for that, wouldn't you?
I'll be honest, Silas, I'm maybe biased because I play for him, but that was fantastic football.
It was.
Dukey's done so well. He's gotten the ball. He's dropped off in a great space. He's turned, played a little 1-2 with Triff. Triff has given it to Cass, and he's just slipped a great ball in. He's done everything right. Unfortunately, he's hit the post.
And I guess this is the beauty of the FFA Cup is you do get to play these games that, you know, against lesser teams, let's be honest, but gives you an opportunity to get a bit of confidence around the ball, work on those things you've been working in training, and which can only bode well once you get into the A-League, in a matter of months. Stormroo, well tackled. Out on the left-hand side, it was Madden at left back. Josh Rose has made an overlapping run. The ball had to go back. Mitchell Duke in an unfamiliar left back position. He'll soon make his way forward. And Rose trying to find Trefiro, who was making a run, but his run was left, and Rose wanted it right. Just seeing a replay here. Mitchell Duke, look at that. Textbook stuff. Oh, an absolute heartbreaker for Mitchell Duke of the Central Coast Mariners, and a goal that pretty much would have seen them, you would expect, head down to the round of 16. Nice crossing ball. And you'll see Josh Rose do that all night, especially with the tiring right-hand players. He's a very fit player, and he is not afraid to run at him as Caceres gives away the throw-in. Simonovsky. Back, putting pressure was Lavelle. Here's Trefiro. Very short, Cernax there as well. As I said, it's at the start of play, it's a romantic notion, the FFA Cup. Anyway, plenty on the line once it gets down to the semi-finals and final, that's for sure. But it's nothing short of fantastic to sit here and watch the Wolves back in action on the national stage. I think everyone who's been involved in football would agree. Flag goes up, Mitch Duke just half a foot offside.
Yeah, I was just going on to the South Coast Wolves. I just have to say, I mean, before I was standing on the pitch with John Hutchinson talking about some of the experiences and things that happened in the old NSL, and it's great to have them back in the FFA Cup, and hopefully you never know how the future goes, maybe even get an A-League team down in Wollongong. I know there's expansion plans for, I think, 2017, so who knows, you might see them back in the A-League.
Well, it's a great nursery for football, and with the limited access to other codes down here as well, there'll be a prime opportunity. They'll be well welcomed by the football community, and a very smart move indeed. Mitchell Duke over halfway. McKenzie tries to get a hold of him. Duke out of the outside of his right boot. This is promising play for the Mariners. Caceres' run wasn't paid. Fitzgerald comes in. He finds himself on the deck, and they're going to get a free kick here in a very promising position, the Central Coast Mariners. And it was Fitzgerald, under a lot of intense defending, who found himself on his back and wins the free kick for the Central Coast Mariners. Yeah,
it was a great little ball from Rosie before to get out to Jukey. Jukey's made a marauding run forward, and I actually thought he was going to shoot, try and lob the keeper, but he's done well to pass it off. Fitzy's come in, and probably professional foul from the Wolves, but hopefully we can make a better attempt of it this time. I'm not sure whether Boz will be on it or or Trefiro, but looks like Fitzy's stepping up, I think.
Yeah, right. Bosnar's in behind play, rallying a few troops. With Fitzy, right foot. Trefiro standing there as well. There's just two defenders on the left side, attackers on the left side for the Mariners. Curling it in, it takes a deflection and hits the bar. Well, that's unlucky for Fitzgerald, though he took a bit of luck with the deflection. And keeper Collison was a little bit stranded there. The ball had gone over him, but it deflected off the bar, and it's a corner now to the Mariners.
Yeah, good free kick by Fitzgerald there. I think he had a bit of an assist from the wall, but yeah, we'll see what comes from the corner.
Curl in from Trefiro, climbing up, getting the header out. Simonovsky's there, putting a lot of pressure on the Mariners players once again. And here they go, the Wolves, on the break. More defenders than attackers, and they give the ball away. Again, the Mariners just breaking down the effort forward by the South Coast Wolves. Mariners heading towards the Northern Grandstand here at Wynn Stadium, and a free kick. In fact, it was offside. Offside was Lavelle, a little bit too anxious to step forward, and the free kick will be played off, and it is by Bosnar. So just a couple of minutes left to play. The Mariners leading 1-0, promising signs going into half-time. Coach Moss will be happy. And equally too, on the other side, Nahul Arate, the departing coach for the South Coast Wolves, he'll be happy with the effort from his charges against a full professional outfit. Here's Trefiro, every right to shoot, plays a nice little pass, left foot shot by Fitzgerald, and it was a nice little pass by Trefiro, but he had every right to shoot there, Brent Griffiths.
Definitely, the boys have done well to get in and amongst the box there. And why not have a shot? You've got to test the keeper at some point, and that's what Fitzy was doing there.
Well, Lavelle not happy, but Eddie Bosnar 5 foot above him, and there was no chance. We've just got a replay here of the free kick. And you can see over there, Trefiro to the right of screen. He just stayed there, hands on hips. And it was Nick Fitzgerald. He came around, launched it in, hit the defender. Might have flicked on off a header even. And hit the crossbar. Back with the play. And giving the ball up. Were the Wolves. Here goes Mitchell Duke. And haven't we seen that many times before? And Trefiro gives away a free kick, bringing, I think it was Madden to the ground. In fact, it was Keating. But Mitchell Duke, when he's out on that inside left channel and just goes inside, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Here we go. Pine, left-hand side, off the right foot, doesn't trouble the keeper. But again, getting themselves into a decent position there. Just needed to get a better position, a better chunk on the ball, if I can say that. And may well have put Reddy under a fair bit of pressure.
Yeah, it was a good bit of play there by South Coast Wolves. He's done well to cut in and get a shot off. I have to say that they're doing well in the attack, sending lots of players forward, and just got to be careful in defence.
So there'll be 2 minutes of time added on. 2 minutes of time added on. Can the Wolves get one back here, right on the stroke of half-time? Will the Mariners put them to bed? They've got 2 minutes to do it. McKenzie, off the right foot. Out to the left-hand side with Price. Curling it in. He's good off both. And it was Bosnar too good at there. Oh, here's an opportunity. It's Matthews. Out to McKenzie on the left. Forced to go back a little bit here, the Wolves. In front of the home crowd. We've got a minute and 15 seconds left of this first half of football at Wynn Stadium. Nice little through ball. Here's Keating. Cernak goes in. The ball's climbing up and it's headed out at the back, and that's what I think it might have been Caceres did, and that's exactly what was needed of the little midfielder.
Great football from the Wolves there, a little 1-2 with an overlapping run and managed to get the cross in. Good defending. I think it might have been Caceres or Storm Rue there at the back post.
Bailey curling it in. That's a great corner, and it's touched on by Liam Reddy. They had McKenzie at the far stick with Reddy going towards it. It was only inches away from McKenzie getting a head back in front of goal, and anything could have happened for the Wolves. And here's another opportunity. Curling it in. Beautiful position. A ball bounces down, and a free kick is paid to the Central Coast Mariners. And we'd have to expect that will be the last play of the first half. Just 2 minutes of time added on by the fourth official was shown, and that was a while ago, so we would expect it. So the first half over here at Wynn Stadium in the penultimate game of the round of 32 in the FFA Cup, and it was a Glenn Trefiro goal in the 12th minute rather, and it was a wonderful goal. We'll give you a bit of that action in just a few moments, but that goal in the 12th minute gave the Mariners a 1-goal lead as they head into the sheds for half-time. Why don't we have a little bit of a chat about that one? Brent Griffiths, how did you see that from a Central Coast Mariners perspective?
Yeah, brilliant first half. Like I said before, it was a bit of a crazy first 10 minutes, a couple of bad tackles, a couple of elbows, a bit of argy-bargy, and it settled down. When Mariners decided they wanted to play, it looked fantastic, to be honest, in the top third. It just looked like the boys were having fun. There was great football and passages of play from the number 10 to the 9 and the wingers out wide. So great football. I'm sure Mossy will be happy with that opening first half.
And what about for the South Coast Wolves? They they came out all guns blazing. They started to find their rhythm a bit. They've been frustrated as well, but they've acquitted themselves quite well here on the big stage of the FFA Cup.
Definitely, it was. I think the first 10 minutes, I think they looked the better of the two teams. They were definitely up for the fight, getting players forward and really putting pressure on our defence. They were pressuring up high, and we had to sort of play a couple of long balls to try and beat the press. So it was fantastic. Unfortunately, when Glenn Trefiro scored the goal, they possibly went heads down a little bit, but good opening, good passes of play towards the end as well. They look dangerous from set pieces. Big McKenzie, looks like he's really going to get onto the end of one of the crosses. So something that the Mariners have to be aware of for second half, and just keep their wits about them.
So as we said there, it was a Glenn Trefiro goal in the 12th minute that separates both the sides here at Wynn Stadium. What I'd like you to do is get involved. Join the conversation here on Twitter. The hashtag is SCWVCCM. That's SCWVCCM. Join the conversation and we'll read tweets out as we go along the game. It's the first half. It is currently the visiting Central Coast Mariners 1, leading the South Coast Wolves 0. And we'll just go to some highlights of the first half.
From the under-13s, we have Michael Mendez and Lucio Guardiosi. From the under-14s, we have Kane Nunn and Kane Kateski. And from the under-15s, we have Jordan Nikolowski and Tate Russell. From the under-16s, we have Jordan Messi and Mitchell Ferraro.
So some images here of the crowd at Wynn Stadium. On the host side, the South Coast Wolves taking on the might and power of the Central Coast Mariners. We saw an absolute sold out Western grandstand here. And they've been able to get a real treat of the A-League mainstays, the Central Coast Mariners, who've come down here, and it's currently 1-0. And you can see the crowd out there getting a little bit of a piece of the Mariners. That young fella absolutely stoked to be able to see some of the players, and I guess we've all had those moments, and that's what the FFA Cup does. I think we're about to have a race on the field. Can we get some footage of this race? I might get you to call this one Brent Griffiths.
I'm not sure if it's a race or someone's about to get attacked by a bunch of kids, but yeah, we'll see what's happening here.
Yep.
I'm going to go for the one in the middle.
Righto, I'm going for the one with the black shoes. Yep, that one there. And it's good to see a few of the Wolves shirts and jackets in there amongst them as well. And I'm sure there's plenty of other players who've come out here tonight, young kids and others from around the region who've come here to watch the big game tonight. And we saw in the first half quite a number of opportunities there for the Central Coast Mariners and converted their Glenn Trefiro, but there could have been a number of other opportunities put forward there, Brent.
Yeah, like I said before, it was some great passages to play from the attacking half. I think the boys just looked like they were having fun, to be honest, and that's all you can do in anything you do, really, especially in football. So, and the Wolves, obviously, they had some great attacks from set pieces. So, like I said, I think it's something Mossy and the boys have to watch out for in the second half.
What was the vibe like leading into the game? During the week, how were the boys?
I'll be honest, we're quite relaxed, but coming into the dressing room today, I think the boys, maybe they were up for it. It felt like it was an A-League game. We were playing for points, and the boys were definitely up for it. So it was funny how it changed from a bit of fun to an actually serious game.
So, well, here's something real serious. You can see it looks like the mascot. Let's just go Wally the Wolf. If anyone can tell us on Twitter, SCMVCCM, that'd be good to know. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of Wollongong Wolves and the South Coast Wolves. Wollongong Wolves being the former name of the club, who were a back-to-back premiership in the NSL. And a club that started in 1980 and reached those dizzying heights and fell on a bit of bad times, and over the last decade have climbed back in to the State League and looking to state their claim for an A-League as well, an A-League side down here. It's a great initiative there to get the kids out there on the ground. They'll be loving it. And both sides will be all set to come out back onto the park here. What will Phil Moss have said to the Mariners at halftime?
I think that he would have told the boys to just to be focused. The game's not finished. It's 1-0, but football, you never know what can happen. We could concede early or concede late, or we could bang 2 or 3 in, and it might be game over within the next 10 minutes. So yeah, we've got to have our wits about us and go out there as professionally as we can do and be ready for the second half. I'm not sure whether we'll be making any changes too soon, but maybe come the 60th, 70th minute. I know we got three subs, and I'm sure some Mariners fans will be looking forward to watching our new striker Malik Mane come on. So yeah, be interesting to see.
And there's a young fella on the screen there, Milay Stajowski. Bit of a legend, but very stylish man as well. Let's see if we can hear.
I think we'd like to see the Wolves get a goal back and open this game right up. Now, give it a round of applause. There you go. So
So, Millie, what are you doing now that obviously you're retired from the A-League? What are your plans going forward in the future?
I'm enjoying my retirement at the moment, but I started my own academy up in Sydney. It's going pretty well, and in the future I might expand down Wollongong way.
Is there any website address or something that people can check out your academy at all?
It's msfc.net.au.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mile Sturjowski for coming out tonight, and congratulations on behalf of the South Coast Bulls on a stellar career. Well done, Mile.
The latest TCL Ultra High Definition TVs boast a resolution 4 times that of Full HD, plus built-in smart features for web browsing and downloading apps and games. Get in store or online for the new TCL range at the hottest prices now at Harvey Norman.
For a home loan that leaves more in your pocket, switch to Newcastle Permanent now and we'll give you $1,000 cash back. Plus, with our award-winning home loans, you could save thousands more over the life of your loan when you compare us to a Big Four bank. So to get that more in your pocket feeling over the life of your home loan and $1,000 cash back, switch to customer-owned banking today at Newcastle Permanent.
And you are watching the penultimate match of the round of 32 in the FFA Cup, live here at Wynn Stadium between the South Coast Wolves and the Central Coast Mariners. Both sides about to come back out onto the park, but you can join in on the conversation tonight on Twitter at SCWVCCM, and Ben O'Neill, media manager at the Central Coast Mariners, has been busy because there's been a flood of tweets coming in on the hashtag.
Yes, Oz, that's right. I just want to say hello to Tyson Scott, who's watching the game in Spain. I know he's holidaying in Europe at the moment, but he's taking some time to watch the Mariners. Thanks for that, Tyson. Also to all the guys that are watching back on the Central Coast, Olivia Toro, Joe Condrianis, Corey Hodge, Annie Warren, thank you for your support and for your tweets. And also to Kerry Sweetenham. And lastly, a few questions about what the official crowd is tonight. 6,125 has been announced, which I'm sure, guys, you'll agree is a top crowd here in Wollongong.
Absolutely. I mean, you may not see it on the vision, but in the Western Grandstand where we're in, it's absolutely packed. Couldn't get a seat, so they've had to open up some of the bays and the terraces at the back there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant for the Wollongong crowd to come out here, whether it's Mariners fans or South Coast Wolf fans. So, like I said before, it's a great spot for potential expansion for the A-League. I'd love to see a Wollongong team be a part of it, and they've got a great stadium, great setup, and as you can see, good fans.
And it looks like we're about to see a change for the South Coast Wolves, and coming onto the park will be Jordan Murray, a live wire up front, who's scored plenty of goals in the Premier League, a local junior, so this will be one that the Mariners will have to look out for. And he hasn't come onto the park just yet. He's about to come on right now, and he'll be replacing. If someone can grab a hold of that, do we know? It's a bit too hard for us to tell from down here. So Murray on the park, and it may well be Lavelle, potentially. We'll find out as we go along. Central Coast Mariners heading south towards the water, and it is the Wollongong Wolves in their red outfits heading towards the northern end here at Wynn Stadium. Can the Wolves climb back into the FFA Cup? They're 1 goal down now. They'll have to come out with intensity. Throw in on halfway. It's Madden. It's the chest of Murray. And look at the pace there, going around Bosnar to the byline. Bosnar goes down, and a corner is won by Jordan Murray.
Great defending by Eddie there. He was beat for pace at first, but he's done so well to get back and make a great tackle, and that's the reason why, you know, he's played at the clubs he's played and been to where he has been, and he's playing and doing very well tonight.
The Bailey goes short, headed away. Here's an opportunity. Right foot rifled away there by Matthews, still alive. And a free kick paid. We've got a man on the deck. It is Montgomery who stands up. And a free kick will be there for the Central Coast Mariners, who lead at 1-0.
Yeah, it was a great corner there. I'm not sure who put it in, but it was a driving corner, and it fell straight to a Central South Coast Wolves player. Great shot on target, and like I said, it was from a set piece. So Mossy better be. Hopefully, he's got the boys ready for them set pieces.
Now, we always do have to make people aware when he's talking about Mossy. It's not me having the same surname as I like to call him Uncle Phil.
So you're the better looking one, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. But anyway, some bit of push and shove going on there. Storm Roo. Cernak will get a yellow card. Standing over the ball there, taking one for the team. And sometimes you've just got to do that. So Bailey over the ball now. He's been playing in the midfield tonight for the South Coast Wolves. Got the captain's armband on. He's got Madden just pushing Cernak down. He goes square and on the deck to Robinson. His pass not a good one. Cernak still alive here though for the Wolves, an opportunity. Mackenzie's big left foot bounces down. And defender kicking the ball out, but the Wolves still in their final third. What can they come up with here, Wolves? Price. Ball back to Keating. At right back. Finds his right striker. Trying to get in away Simonic. Simoniski. At the back. Bailey. Under a bit of pressure here. Looking to find down there is Simonoski. Gets the cross in. It's still alive here, and it's kicked out by Eddie Bosnar for a corner. And they continue to look lively here, the South Coast Wolves. It is the battle of the coast. It's not easy to get. But they've got another corner. Bailey over the ball, the captain. Mackenzie's in there. Robinson as well. And it's driven straight into the side netting. Not a good corner. And 49 minutes gone here at Wynn Stadium, and it's still the Mariners leading the Wolves 1-0.
Yeah, I think probably not his best corner there, but yeah, great pressure from the South Coast Wolves. They've done very well in this opening 8 minutes so far, so hopefully they can keep it up and try and get that goal back. I think a 1-0 lead is possibly one of the hardest leads to keep, so the Mariners have to put another one away fairly soon or do what we do so well and keep our defensive structures.
In the last two matches leading into this round of 32, the Wolves actually went to stoppage time twice, went into extra time, and had big wins in extra time as well. So they'll be confident if they can pin one back here. They'll put the Mariners under a lot of pressure, and then if you can start to think about the Mariners under pressure, the Wolves with their tail up, it will be a very interesting final stanza indeed. Mackenzie to Madden. Madden just shifts it infield to Robinson. Ball to Cheney. Just playing it nice and easy. The Wolves. Murray. It's only slight, but he's got plenty of pace to burn. Here they go. Right-hand side with Madden. Mackenzie. Starting to tire a little bit in the midfield. Not as agile as others. Nice little flick on. Here's an opportunity for the Wolves. Cut back in. Brilliant defending. Oh, that was wonderful stuff. It was Matthews who had one to beat, who couldn't use his hands, and unfortunately he couldn't get there. But it's still alive for the South Coast Wolves. Here they go. Cutting back inside. Man on the deck. Play on, says Ben Williams. And they seem to have lost their way slightly, the Central Coast Mariners here. Caceres will look to slow this one down, playing it to Josh Rose, but the full press being played now by the Wolves.
Great passage of play there by the South Coast Wolves. I think the Mackenzie's played a fantastic ball over the top. I think it was from him, who seems to be a very dominating figure there in midfield. He's doing very well. Mariners did get well to get back and defend that, but that was a great passage of play by him. I hope they can keep it up, and well, to some extent, I hope they can keep it up. But yeah, they've been doing very well in the opening 10 minutes.
Madden playing it short to Jordan Murray. Murray with the yellow boots. Goes inside to Chris Price, but not good. But anyway, giving the ball away. Here's the captain. Bailey has a right foot shot, but Anderson was there. Oh, they're continuing to stake claims for a goal here. Price. Straight into two defenders, Rue and Cernak, and the ball goes over for a throw-in. But this is dominant play here by the South Coast Wolves. The question is, can they keep it up, and can they finish it off? Big throw in to the goal mouth, but it's out from the Mariners. Cernak can't control well. Kept the ball just in on the sideline. And driving it down was Rue. And here they go. And getting a little bit mixed up. And not a good decision there. Not a good read by Madden. Gives away a free kick. And it looks like he's going to be having a chat with the referee, who hasn't gone to his pocket just yet, but he's giving him every indication. One more of those and he'll enter the yellow card book, as we've seen probably about 5 or 6 cards so far with an even amount from both sides.
Yeah, I think to be honest, Ben Williams so far, he's doing a good job. He might have a spring in his pocket with the yellow cards. Possibly didn't need to give too many out so far. But, yeah, it's great for the players, this FFA Cup, but it's also great for the referees. It's a good opportunity for them to get ready for the A-League season and get some match practice, which is brilliant.
And one of the Illawarra's favourite sons here, and a man who wore the yellow and blue for Central Coast Mariners, is Mile Stajovski, and he joined us in commentary here. G'day, Mile. It's great to see football down here at Wollongong once again.
Yeah, definitely. G'day, guys. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Good to see you.
Looks like Mile and Brent are going to have a nice little catch-up here, so I'll tell you what's going on. Here go the Mariners. Fitzgerald goes to the byline, cuts back on the inside, giving the ball away. And Rose well out of position there. Murray, he's shown a lot of pace so far. He looks to sweep run around to Price, but great interception by the Kiwi international Storm Rue. And it continues to be played out here in front of the crowd of over 6,000. It's the Mariners leading the South Coast Wolves 1-0. So a bit of a chat at half-time there, Mile.
Yeah, I think the game's been going pretty well from what I've seen. I think the Mariners have been dominating. But, you know, the Wolves are looking pretty aggressive themselves and not making it easy for us. So, you know, hopefully we can get another goal and make it a bit more comfortable for us.
So you've been out there, we've been in the commentary box here, but what's the vibe like out there on the ground?
The vibe's good, you know. The games we play was full of energy from both teams. You know, I think the Mariners are looking very good considering it's only their first couple of games in pre-season, so that's positive signs. And the Wolves, they're coming off a pretty long season and they're fully fit and making it very hard for us.
And the Wolves in a position now where their season's pretty much done and dusted in the Premier League, so they're looking for a big scalp here. And here goes the goal scorer, Intrafiro. He's forced back around. Caceres all alone in midfield. Intrafiro, Cernak. He's not first to the ball there, Cernak, who's played a bit on the right-hand side so far. And the ball out over onto the hill. It's not often that you get to see a hill in a professional game of football, Mile.
No, not very often, only in Wollongong, mate, but that's a very famous hill, that one.
Yep, absolutely. And the FFA Cup, it's a great initiative by the FFA to bring out there, and obviously this has a great potential for the Wollongong area as well, and to showcase the Wolves once again, hopefully find themselves back on the national stage.
Yeah, definitely. It gives the smaller clubs a chance to put their name in the limelight and try and make a name for themselves. And I think it's a great initiative from the FFA, to bring this competition in, and hopefully some of the smaller teams can cause some upsets.
You got a little bit of link here to the area. It's I guess you're a Central Coast Mariner man as well. It must be a little bit torn there.
Yeah, a little bit torn. I'm on, sitting on the fence a little, but I think I spent a good 2 years at the Mariners, and I think my heart still lies there quite a bit. Absolutely.
Milej Stajovski joining us in the commentary box tonight. And Milej, I know you've got many things going on today. You've got corporate functions, and I think you're also asked to go in more commentary. Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us here, and we look forward to seeing you in your new ventures in life outside of professional football.
Thanks for having me, mate, and we'll see you soon.
No worries. Milej Stajovski, former Central Coast Mariner Socceroo, and absolute legend of football. Here go the Mariners. Cernak on the left side of play. Back to Cernak on halfway with Josh Rose. And don't forget to join the conversation on Twitter with the hashtag SCWVCCM. SCWVCCM. And you can see that on the right bottom hand corner. And we urge you to join the conversation with us. Tell us your thoughts of the FFA Cup so far, and even give us a prediction on how the game might roll out. It's currently 1-0 to the A-League team, the Central Coast Mariners, but the Wolves are still going to continue to push forward to get the next goal. Good to get the pros back behind the mic, Brett.
Yeah, I think I could see Milej sitting there itching to get back on the pitch, to be honest. Yeah, what a great player, and first of all person. He's a great player to have around the pitch and in the dressing room and just around the club. He's a gentleman on and off the pitch, and so he scored some good goals for the club as well. So I'm sure he was batting for us tonight.
Crowd silenced a bit here at Winns Stadium. South Coast Wolves, they really came out with a lot of pressure being applied on the Central Coast Mariners early in the game. Seemed to have lost a bit of that fire in the belly. Perhaps Coach Arate said at half-time, just get on with the game. And that's what they're doing here. Here's an opportunity. Madden. Cernak comes in, does well. And the big man, Zachary McKenzie, getting the ball out to defender there who's not happy, James Baldacchino. It'll be a throw-in to the Mariners on halfway, heading towards the eastern end of the ground here at Winns Stadium. We've got half an hour to go of regulation time, and the Mariners up 1-0. Do you see the South Coast Wolves pinging one back here, Brent?
I think like I said, they started very well in the opening 10-15 minutes. The game slowed down, which is probably good for the Mariners right now. But I've just seen Phil Moss send the bench to go warm up, which they're currently doing right now. So I can see John Crawley and Wayne O'Sullivan down there having a look to see who they want to switch, because like I said, it's our second game. It's the second game for the Mariners in our pre-season. So boys are probably starting to get a little bit tired, and as are the South Coast boys as well. But I definitely think they're coming back into the game. They just got to be careful, because we can do what we're about to do here on our counter and get players forward.
Mitchell Duke on the counter goes out to Cernak. He's got the overlapping Caceres. He just turns around. Trefiro, dangerous position. Cernak tries to chip wide to Fitzgerald on the right. But he had neither the height nor the position to where that ball was going. Liam Reddy came outside his box, but does well. And comes back in, rolling the ball out to Eddie Bosnar. And the Mariners bench tonight, John Hutchinson, Malik Mane, Michael Neal and Matthew Sim. And Matthew Sim was playing in the State League only last year, the start of last year, and found himself in the Mariners. Here's an opportunity, cuts back on the inside, but there's no Mariner there. And it's been pushed out over the sideline. But I guess, yeah, the likes of Matthew Sim coming from the State League, it does show you that, you know, and in particular nights like tonight, if you have a good game, then you might find yourself lining up for an A-League side at some stage. Over halfway. And here go the Wolves. Coming forward, Cernak pressure from behind. He'll have to be careful. He's already on one yellow card. And Liam Reddy at the back just boots the ball down. You know, if you've been joining the conversation on Twitter, the hashtag SCWVCCM, thank you very much. And the conversation is going like this, Ben O'Neill.
Yeah, Silas, a bit of love for Brent Griffiths on the commentary. Melissa Woods, one of the volunteers at the club, she's watching at home, and she says that Griff is doing a great job and he's quite the commentator. Hashtag Jack of all trades.
She didn't know how to spell my first name.
I was going to say she must be listening to the wrong game.
Also, I'd like to say thank you to Soccer Fives. Soccer Fives at our Centre of Excellence are streaming the game live on their big screen tonight, so thank you for the support there. James Clark said he loves hearing Mile Sajovski on the stream, so thanks for your support, James. And also, just maybe a bit of a spoiler alert in the ACL, the Wanderers are up 1-0 over Guangzhou Evergrandes. Massive result there, Griff, if they can get the win before they head to China.
I'll be honest, after the loss last week against in the FFA Cup, I thought, you know, I didn't think they had a chance, but that's a fantastic result for them and for Australian football.
Here's Price, cuts back on the inside with a nice cross. Simonoski can't control. Did it go over the byline? It did. Enterprising play once again by the South Coast Wolves. And yes, there's plenty of football on at the over tonight. We've heard there Western Sydney Wanderers. We've also got the final match of the round of 32. It's over at Western Australia Athletics Stadium as Bayswater City host Melbourne Victory. I saw Archie Thompson putting out on Twitter or Instagram this afternoon. It's back in the office. He's obviously in a motel room, and as you do, you live half your life on the road as a professional player, Brent.
Yeah, it's the life we live. I think it's exciting for young players, and it's tough for older players. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. You know, the older boys have families and wives at home and kids, and it must be tough. You know, but that's the lives we lead, and yeah. Get to see some great places and go travel to good destinations.
And it looks like down there we'll see the bench coming into play for the Central Coast Mariners. It is John Hutchison who will be coming onto the park, and Mane will be coming on for his first match in a Central Coast Mariners shirt. Oh, Anderson a little bit sloppy at the back. Rue cleans up. And a little bit complacent, Zach Anderson. As now with the ball with Josh Rose on the left-hand side of play. And Mitchell Duke that first time. So I think it's probably perfect timing for the likes of John Hutchison to get out there right now to inject a bit more enthusiasm as the boys are starting to wane a little bit.
Yeah, I have to 100% agree, Silas. I think that's a good sub, bring on a steady head and to keep the lead. I'm not sure who he's going to replace Hutchinson with, but very excited to see Mane come on and see what he can do. Yeah, he looks like an exciting player in training, and let's hope he can get a goal for the Mariners.
So it's the goal scorer, Glenn Trefiro, coming off the park for John Hutchison. And Asaka Cernak will get a bit of time to put his feet up as Mane comes on to the park for the first time for the Central Coast Mariners. Malik Mane, what do you know about him, Brent? He's been training with the squad, not for too long, but here he is, and he's out there for the Mariners.
Yeah, I mean, he's looked interesting. He's looking very lively when he gets on the ball. I think he's been playing over in Sweden. I know he's had a guest stint in Russia and possibly Norway, I think it is as well. So he's played in some great football countries, and I think he might set the A-League alight from what I've briefly seen of him. So I think one to watch.
And this is the thing about the Mariners, just always finding those players, and the breeding ground as well out of Blacktown, the players that have come out of there that I know Laurie McKenna worked hard on originally. It's just amazing the ability of the club to attract players that also play with the intensity that the managers are after.
Yeah, certainly. I think it's testament to the coaching staff as well, because they put hours and hours of their own time to watch these players, and countless DVDs and football games, and just to watch possibly one player. So, you know, they watch it as a staff and pick up these gems, and they come to the Mariners and go on to bigger and better things, and I think that's just fantastic really in Australian football and football in general.
Here's something fantastic. It's Mitchell Duke on the fast break. Tries to get the pass to Malik Mane, but he couldn't get it because Wollongong, South Coast Wolves, it was always going to come out at some stage. Player cleaning the ball up. Here's Jordan Murray. Thought he might have been on the starting lineup. A lot of reviews out there. So he's been having a fantastic time of it this season. Bailey, the captain, goes to Baldacchino. On the way back to the keeper, Collison. So 1-0 to the Mariners. And g'day to you wherever you are around the world, tuning in on the live streams. And it's fantastic to provide that stream to you. Here's an opportunity. Simonoski. He's got 2 to beat. Curls it in, trying to go to the fast stick. Ruse there. And Zach Anderson just launching one out. Mitchell Duke. Hutchison giving the ball away. Here they go now with a bit of gusto off the outside of the boot, almost finding Murray. And he's potentially the guy who's going to bring the Mariners unstuck.
Yeah, I think he looks quite lively, doesn't he? Good defending there by the Wolves.
Oh, it's starting to open up now for the Wolves. Bailey out to Murray. Here he goes. What has he got? Right foot has a shot. It was direct, but it was too far up, and it went over the bar. But that man, Jordan Murray, backing himself, the young fella.
And why not? You know, he's in a good position there. I didn't really have too many players around him, and you know, test Liam ready. Good shot, looks lively, and hopefully he can keep it up.
You see on the replay here, he just backed himself, drove it. Anderson was backing away, and yeah, he had a good shot there. Another replacement for the South Coast Wolves. It's going to be Ben Zuko coming onto the park. Apparently he is another one of their fine products down here, and he'll be looking forward to going out there and making his mark. And there's a few rave reviews out there as well. And coming off the park was Captain Matt Bailey, who a bit surprising to me, but he potentially was running out of legs. "70 minutes on the clock. Mariners in their final third. Josh Rose will bring this one back in. Duke goes for the flick on. Doesn't get a good enough piece. Gets it down. Mane doesn't get it. And now the Wolves controlling it with McKenzie, the big man. Across to Baldacchino. Finds Madden. He goes down the line. The man fresh, Chris Pine. And the Wolves just giving away, in fact the ball had gone out, so it's a throw in. Here's Storm Rue. We're entering that final 20 minutes of play. The Mariners have the lead, 1-0. That ball not a good one by Reddy, but it's plenty of breeze coming across the ground. 20 minutes for the Wolves to pull out. what will be national headlines tomorrow. We saw Adelaide City beating the Wanderers, and the flag has gone up. There's a cross. I think it was John Hutchison playing it, and it was Malik Mane, and he looked onside to me.
Yeah, I think I might have accidentally called out there. But yeah, no, I think it was a good run, to be honest, from what I've seen. Maybe John Hutchison could have played a bit sooner, but from where I'm sitting, it didn't look offside.
Ball comes through from Baldacchino. Murray pays it back to him. On halfway line, the Wolves. McKenzie, who's done well tonight, controlling the ball. Robinson. Curling the ball around is the keeper, Collison. And Baldacchino coming forward. And they're just prepared to try to wait for some leads to come out. I know you can see Madden out. You can't see him on the screen, but on the left-hand side, he's screaming for the ball. Collison, route one. Anderson, too good. Montgomery with a flick on. And back now with Robinson off the left foot. Nice ball. Here's Madden. A little bit of space. Montgomery comes up to make the tackle. And Madden's ball was not a good one. And Price, not happy at all. Here they go now. Opportunity coming forward. It's Matthews. Pass not a good one. Anderson does well. Mitchell Duke. He'll go forward. Out to Mane. Getting one of his first touches of the game for the Mariners. Does well. Left foot. He hasn't got many players there. And he was probably having a stab for the far post, but there was no one there for the Central Coast Mariners. But yeah, he does look lively.
Yeah, I think that was his first touch of the ball, unfortunately, since he's come on. So, yeah, he's got the blistering pace to just knock it in front and run onto it. And, he tried to put a ball in the box there, but being his first touch, obviously probably wasn't the best ball he can, but certainly someone to watch.
So we've got 17 minutes now, the Wolves, to try and take down the Mariners, who have by and large controlled the majority of this match. Coach Phil Moss has one more substitution, if you'd like to use it at some stage. Here's an opportunity. Simonoski, cross. Players seeming to leave it. There was Anderson and Bosnar. There must have been a mix-up in calling. So they both came together with a low five, and Josh Rose as well. There is a few signs for the Mariners that it is early in the pre-season, so to speak, and haven't played that many games, Brent.
Definitely, it's a bit of tired legs. It was a great ball over the top just before, and that's what you're going to get. Second game in, boys aren't used to playing in a couple of months, so it's just about getting the minutes into the legs and getting them going again. And this is why, again, the FFA Cup is such a good competition so far.
Here goes Mane again. Will he have a dig? He does, and it goes across the face. Players aren't that happy. Fitzgerald, though, he's never happy when he doesn't get the ball. But Mane looking lively. Probably wasn't in the best of areas to shoot from, but you do want your strikers backing themselves.
Yeah, if you don't shoot, you don't score. That's the motto, I think, but possibly the wrong position.
And just here's a replay of it inside the area, and he may claim at training that was a pass, but it was definitely a shot on goal that went slightly awry. I think it was Michael Jordan who coined the term, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep.
Here we go. Wolves giving up possession. Storm Roo. They've got plenty of attackers to choose from. He does what he should have done. Turns around to Hutchison. Rose overlaps. Rose. They're now inside their final third. A rare lack of energy from Duke. Caceres. Rose launches inside. Not happy on the right. Goes to Mane. Outs. Fitzgerald will have a shot off the right. Great defence there. Fitzgerald did well to try to get around his man, but he held his ground and did himself and his team a lot of favours there, Madden. Here's Matthews. Nice little ball in to Murray. What can Murray do? He turns around, and the flag had gone up. The flag had gone up. You see here a replay on the screen. Nice little spot, but he put himself not in a great position there. There's Fitzgerald. Here we go. Mitchell Duke once again to Mane. Flags down. And great defence out there at the right back by Keating. Hutchison on the bench tonight, as he found himself a few times towards the end of the season. As we said, once again, just showing you the strength, in particular in the midfield of the Mariners. Montgomery short to Anderson, who's forced to go all the way back to Liam Reddy. And they've got 13 minutes on the clock, South Coast. This match right now, Brent, Griffiths is lacking a little bit of polish.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stalemate right now, to be honest. I think, to be honest, the Wolves need to start playing it forward or keep possession, or start to create something, as they are losing 1-0 right now. So maybe a bit of patience from him, playing a couple of long balls, as you've just seen, possibly into the wrong areas. But yeah, as well, like I said, the Mariners are starting to tire. It's our second game, but hopefully we can keep the lead.
Here's Fitzgerald trying to find Mane in the centre. He turns. He looks out to the left. Duke. Mane pays Rose, overlapping. Here's an opportunity, and it's great defence at the back by Robinson. And they've won a quarter now, the Central Coast Mariners. So here's a great opportunity for the Coast Boys from up north in yellow and blue.
Good defending.
The replay here. Nice little ball, Mane. Duke. And great run by Josh Rose. It's the one thing you always know he's going to be there. And great defending at the back there. Had to make it was Michael Robinson. Corner. Out it goes, curling around, and well done there by the goalkeeper for the South Coast Wolves. And it's Collison. Here's Murray with his energy down the sideline. Looks up and sees Storm Rue, a Kiwi international. He says, I might just tuck this one inside, trying to find Peter Simonowski. But he can't do that. Anderson. Comes out to Rue off to Sears, who pays the same favour. Fitzgerald not happy with himself there. Phil Moss having a little bit of a chat as well. It'll be a throw-in on halfway to the Central Coast Mariners. And we're just a minute away from entering that final 10 minutes. Anything can happen here at Wynn Stadium between the host Central South Coast Wolves and the Central Coast Mariners, who are leading 1-0. As a player, you're up 1-0. It's not a score that you can get complacent with. And it is something that you have in the back of your mind that if these guys get a goal here, they've got their tail up and we might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it is. I think, unfortunately, as the sort of fatigue starts to kick in, you start to possibly make a couple of bad decisions. I think 1-0 is a lead we need to keep. It's a big game for us, second game in, as I keep reiterating. But yeah, just good players make good decisions, and I think we just need to keep the ball. Not try and force it too much, because in the end of the day we got the lead. But like I said, when you're fatigued, you start to make not the best decisions.
Storm Rue coming in, taken down. Thought it might have been a penalty when Ben Williams waves it away. And it's a goal kick to the South Coast Wolves. There's Collison at the back. We'll just see a replay here of another Mariners raid. What do you reckon, Brent?
It looked like a penalty at first, didn't it? I think good tackle in the end. He's managed to get the ball, but textbook again. Great overlap and run. Good ball from I think it was Mane or Fitzgerald, but good tackle.
So one thing about the Central Coast Mariners, a lot of overlapping play, and we saw it many times at Central Coast Stadium, and it just continues to be a big part of the football. And also the work off the ball. Phil Moss and Graham Arnold must have really instilled in the players that the majority of this game is won off the ball.
Certainly, I think we.
The flag's down. Here's Malik Mane, first game for the Mariners. What can he do? Gets the cross in, takes a deflection. Collison can't get there, and it will roll over the sideline, and it will be a throw-in. Yes, obviously something that has been instilled here.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying before that it's something that Graham Arnold instilled in us, and Phil Moss believes in his philosophy as well. Is our defensive structure, and off the ball you have to work just as hard as you are when you are on the ball. So it's part of our mantra.
(1-0). 8 minutes remaining. Can the Wolves pull off a miracle here? 1-0. Mariners defending well over the last 5 minutes. And it was Baldacchino, who's a little bit ginger there off his right leg. And they're clearing it out to Madden. So they're looking up, and there seems to be a lot of Mariners players in front of them, holding good position, holding their channels. They're looking for players that are sort of tiring a little bit, the Wolves. Flick on. Here's a man who won't be tired. A lot of energy. Jordan Murray. Back to Darcy Madden. His ball intercepted. And Eddie Bosnar just gets it back to Rocket Ready, and he'll just launch it downfield. Thought it was going to go straight onto the chest there, but it missed everyone. Fitzgerald. Katsiris. And Stormroo just forced to go all the way back there. And on the Twitter, hashtag SCWVCCM, Ben O'Neill, we've had a continue of the wave of tweets.
Yeah, we certainly have, Silas. The hashtag is now trending in Australia, and also we're getting a lot of love around the world because there's fans in Tokyo. Sean Lacey, thanks for your tweets. Also David Pickering watching the game in Bolton in the UK. And of course up in Queensland in Goondiwindi, Jason Hobday, thank you for your support. And Griff, just another one for you. Christy Reddy, the wife of Liam Reddy, our keeper, says you're doing a great job. So hi to Christy at home.
Thanks, Christy. You're my favourite.
She told me before the start that I was your favourite. Oh, yeah. Stormroo for the Mariners. Anderson, first time. Nice. This is good play. Probably one too many there by Fitzgerald. Lucky that Rue got the ball. He's brought down from behind by Murray, and a free kick will be paid, and the Mariners will take their time.
Yeah, I think just slowing the game down now a little bit. Oh, no, he's gone for it. Don't listen to anything I say.
Here we go, Fitzgerald. Straight around Atari McKenzie. Not a great ball. It's bouncing around. Ooh, starts flying. Montgomery making it known that he's still on the park. And Jordan Murray goes down, and a few of the crowd members there would like to see Nick Montgomery grab an early shower. So, 5 minutes remaining in this match down here at Wynn Stadium. The hosts, South Coast Wolves. Coming forward. Chested down now. He's Murray inside. Can't get there. Ready. He read it well. And Still with the ball in his hands. You see the Mariners is playing out here and getting the 1-0 victory, Brent.
Yeah, I think the Mariners, we're keeping to our defensive structures and doing quite well. I don't think South Coast Wolves are bothering us too much, but
here goes Fitzgerald, comes back in to Mane, who's looked lively so far coming off the bench. Goes out, Hutchison. Here's Duke. He won't be afraid to have a crack. And the keeper there comes out, takes the ball. And it was Michael Robinson as well, who shadowed and defended well for the Wolves at the back.
Yeah, good goalkeeping there. He's done very well to read the play and also the defender to close down Mitchell Duke there. But I think obviously I want the Mariners to win, but I think South Coast Wolves, I think they need to, this is the last 5 minutes possibly of their season, and it's been a long season for them, and they really need to push for this next 5 minutes and try and get a goal, because it would be magical for them to make it to the next round.
Sort of. Wherever you are around the world, thanks very much for joining us through the live stream. And you can see the crowd there. They have come out in droves down here at Wollongong. Not in that stand, but definitely in the Eastern Grandstand. And crowd figure around the 6,000 mark, which is promising signs. This is what the FA Cup is all about. South Coast wouldn't get this type of crowd at a normal club fixture, but to get it here tonight, it's just fantastic. Great for the gate and great for the community as well. Just controlling the game, and the ball from Duke to Rose was a little bit ambitious. The flag has gone up, so they've got just 2 minutes now. The Wolves, can they pluck this one out of the fire? Have they got enough in the legs? Will it be the Central Coast Mariners who just continue to shut down the attacking raid of the host side here? Left hand, it's Hutchison. Cuts back off the left, curls it off the right. Mane's there, heads it down. Fitzgerald has a shot, but it goes wide.
Yeah, he just pulled it there, didn't he? I think he saw the stars in his eyes, but great bit of play from Hutch there. Great ball in. Mane's done very well to knock it back, and unfortunately he's pulled the shot.
And a free kick paid there. See the replay now. Great little head down by Mane. And Fitzgerald, he went far stick, and it went far away from the stick. So Anderson over the ball. Brilliant pass to Duke. Didn't control well. Rose is there now with him. Duke, he'll keep running forward. Caceres will have a shot. He does. Parried away off the hands of the keeper, Collison. A nice little cheeky shot on goal.
Yeah, brilliant from Cass. He's gone from a defensive midfield position. He's pushed into the number 10 attacking midfield, and he's got that in his locker. He scored some cracking goals last season, and why not test the keeper at this time of the game?
Here's an opportunity with Matthews for the Wolves. It's their final foray in the regulation time. Coming in, and a right left foot shot goes wide.
I think Mossie's heart was in his mouth there, to be honest, as was mine. But great strike, great bit of play there. So, regulation time will be up on us by the time this kick is taken. And it's going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes of stoppage time, we understand, will be played, which gives plenty of opportunity for the Wolves. So 3 minutes confirmed here. And there's a replay of that shot that went very, very wide. Almost as long as Avoca Beach. And that includes North Avoca, by the way. Here we go. Wolves. 2.5 on the clock. Launching forward is Keating. They'll sense
an opportunity here. They've got nothing to lose. Simonoski, cross in. Here's an opportunity. It's going to be Matthews. Lines it up and defending way off the back of Zach Anderson, who put his body on the line. And I can tell you, you may not have picked it up, but the crowd rose off their seats about the prospect of that goal. With 2 minutes of stoppage time here, there's plenty to play for by the Wolves, and they're starting to believe in it.
Just have to quickly say that was fantastic defending from the boys there. It was a great passage of players from the coast. They played a ball down the line, and Boz has done well.
Coming back, Mane probably should have done better in that position. Stay with the play here. Fitzgerald, the overlapping run by Duke. Wasn't paid. Here's Mane again. What can he do? Uses his pace. Cuts back in. Right foot shot coming up. There it is. Great save. Oh, Collison, take a bow. And that would have been the second goal of the match. Referee Ben Williams has called full time here at Wynn Stadium, with the visiting side from the A-League, the Central Coast Mariners, who scored early in the game in the 12th minute to Glenn Trefiro. And here at Wynn Stadium, in the round of 32 of the FFA Cup at full time, South Coast Wolves 0, Central Coast Mariners 1. Brent Griffiths.
Yeah, great result for the Mariners there. It was a great bit of play towards the end. I thought we could have put a couple away. But yeah, for our second game, fantastic result. Boys started to get a bit tired towards the end, but good minutes in the legs, and great result for the Mariners.
And Glenn Trefiro, he'd be pretty happy to be on the scoreboard once again.
Definitely. It was a great finish by him, and some good passes of play just in general. I think we could have put a couple of chances away, but a credit to South Coast Wolves, because they were fantastic throughout the 90 minutes and really did produce some brilliant football as well.
And throughout the whole of the 90 minutes, we had plenty of conversation going on Twitter on the hashtag SCWVCCM. And Ben O'Neill has been keeping a very close eye on that.
Yeah, Silas, just like to say thank you to everyone who joined the conversation on Twitter. Lots of positive feedback, and a lot of people asking, are we looking to do more streams throughout the pre-season? The club is very committed to doing so, hit us with your feedback and tell us everything you thought about the streams, and we'll try and get it across the lines for the games against Melbourne City in Lismore and Newcastle Jets in Mudgee.
And it has been a wonderful opportunity to come down here to Wynn Stadium. You don't get to see this very much in the top flight of professional football in Australia. And the South Coast Wolves have acquitted themselves well in front of their home crowd, the last game for the season, and the last game in charge by their coach Nahul Arate. But the Central Coast Mariners were far too good for them in the end. Brent Griffiths, it's been an absolute pleasure. For you, I'm sure.
Yeah, yes, it has. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and Brent Griffiths providing all the colour commentary tonight. So on behalf of the Central Coast Mariners and VPA Production, I'm Silas Moss. We look forward to catching you soon. And wrapping it up here, it was the Central Coast Mariners 1, defeating South Coast Wolves 0. And we'll see you soon.
To Newcastle Permanent now, and we'll give you $1,000 cash back. Plus, with our award-winning home loans, you could save thousands more